Great to have your company again, Virgo, for March 2024. Wow, I'm just having a look at your horoscope. I've set the wheels in motion, karmic wheels that is. Have a look here in this western part of your horoscope. For Virgo, the western part of the horoscope, or the 7th house, has to do with your relationships, especially those committed relationships that you are working on. And I say working on because I think any relationship you get involved in has to at some stage bring up the issues that you are struggling within yourself. And I think that's the reason we get into relationships. The other person is the mirror and we're their mirror. So it's sort of like two mirrors facing each other. The combination of Saturn and the Sun and Mercury and Neptune here, a lot of responsibility. This may not be one of the easier periods of your life as far as marriage, love and commitment is concerned. I'm not saying you're still not committed. I'm just saying that this period can throw up a whole lot of issues. Now, starting there on the 7th, that conjunction with Pluto and then conjunction with Mars over the couple of days it's transiting this 6th house shows a lot of your focus is on your workplace relationships, but that will shift as it moves into the 7th house on the 10th, and on the same day, after making that conjunction with sobering Saturn, it's going to make its conjunction to the Sun, and this indicates a new moon taking place here in your 7th house of relationships. So, if you've been struggling, then the new moon indicates you're realizing that the methodology, the way in which you've addressed some of those issues has not been working for you. The transit of Mercury into the 8th house may also be a signal, along with Venus moving into the 7th house. All of these simultaneous transit patterns showing a need to communicate, especially about the deeper intimate parts of your relationship, which is regulated by this 8th house, come into play after the 10th. Venus here definitely helps, and believe it or not, Mercury in the 8th house is not a bad placement. It engages your brain to understand more the mechanism of why rather than what is. You know, we often can go head on, get confrontational in that moment of impulse. But here, Mercury gives a more reasoned, detailed, analytical approach, asking why, and Saturn has a way of bringing some diplomacy and a softness to the communications and the interactions, which is exactly what you need at this time. Now, that may be short-lived. At least during that small window of opportunity, you identify what it is that's the cause of the problem. At least if you've got that, you can address it at least temporarily, because tempers may flare as Mars, yet again, moves into the 7th house on the 23rd, and there you see Sun moving into the 8th house. Still, all of this sector of your horoscope dominates your life at this time. We can see that money is going to more than likely be an issue after the 24th. Perhaps some of the problems you're having in your relationship are centered on that fact. I say that because the build-up of planetary energy here in the 8th house, and then on the 25th, watching the moon come around here into your 2nd house, finances, income. It's a full moon. Therefore, the energies of the moon, which has to do with your 11th house, Cancer, profitability and income, two key points in the issue of money, shining its light there on the 8th house, shared resources. there could be some inequity, at least in your mind, over how resources are being pooled in the relationship. And that's not simply a focus on the currency of money, because there are many other forms of currency, such as your time, such as your attention, such as your emotion. All of these things are resources that you've been giving, you've been surrendering into some relationship or circumstance in which you feel there is some inequity. I think at this time we see, especially there on the last day, from this fourth house, that very nice aspect from the moon to the eighth house of shared resources. So it could be that although you've got this heavy weight in the relationship area, some of those earlier monthly discussions and this one that we see here, the emotional support that those planets get, this can, along with that new moon in the sign of Pisces, bring some positive resolution for you. Now you can find out a little bit more about this, Virgo, over at the site astrology.com.au. Take a look at what we've written up for the month. There's some more information that may be a key to you understanding in greater depth what's going on. Please subscribe. We need your subscriptions. Press the like button, follow the links and the advice that we have there, and I do look forward to having your company again next month. Bye bye and take care.